Greetings of the day. I'm Hamsaleka, Assistant Professor from ECE Department. Today we'll be discussing about oscillators. Every ticking clock, every radio signal, even your microphone or smartphone processor has oscillators. Now, oscillators is a very important topic. Today we'll be discussing about the definition, working of an oscillator, applications of an oscillator, and different types of oscillators, and important thing, that is Barkhausen criteria. Is a condition that to get the oscillations. So what is an oscillator? See, we have seen oscillator, pendulum in our various day-to-day life, in your physics and all. What is an oscillator? Oscillator is an electronic circuit that will generate a waveform that does not require any input signal. Now, if you know amplifier is a circuit, electronic circuit, that is going to generate a strong waveform when you give a weak waveform as an input, right? Now, the difference between oscillator and the amplifier is oscillator takes input signal, oscillator does not take input signal, whereas amplifier takes the input signal, right? Now, if you see, again, we'll go back to the definition of the oscillator. Oscillator is an electronic device that is going to generate waveform without any input signal. Now, we are going to understand now it is an electronic device that does not require any input signal, but it will generate a output waveform, and also it is a positive feedback circuit. It is a positive feedback circuit. Now let us understand what is positive feedback or what is negative feedback before diving deep into the oscillators. Now if you see what is positive feedback and what is negative feedback, let us consider a circuit. Let us consider this is the basic amplifier, right? And this is the feedback circuit. So this is the basic amplifier circuit and this is the feedback circuit. Let me call this as FN. FN means feedback circuit. So what happens when you give an input signal here, that is a sinusoidal signal. Now you are going to get an output signal here. Now what happens in the feedback circuit or feedback networks? The output signal is giving back to the feedback network, where only some part of the output signal is going back to the input. This is the working of the feedback amplifiers. Now if you go for positive feedback amplifiers, what happens in positive feedback amplifiers is in positive feedback amplifiers, let us consider this is the input signal and this is the feedback signal, right? If both input signal and the feedback signal are in phase, then it is called positive feedback, right? Now what happens in the negative feedback? See, this is another circuit. Let us take, this is basic amplifier and this is feedback network. Now what happens in the negative feedback amplifier? The input signal and the feedback signal are out of phase, right? This is in phase and this is out of phase. Now negative feedback amplifiers, where they are using when we want a more gain stability, and that application will use negative feedback amplifier. But positive feedback amplifier will only use for oscillators where we want an output signal without any input signal. This is positive feedback and negative feedback. Now next we'll go for Barkhausen criteria, the condition of oscillations. See, we cannot generally generate oscillations. If you consider an amplifier does the transistor does the amplification application only when a transistor stays in a particular region. It cannot amplify the signal whenever you want, right? So similarly, oscillators also cannot generate oscillations whenever we want. We have to make sure that we are getting one particular condition, then only the oscillations happen. Now one of such condition is, so these conditions are named under this criteria called Barkhausen criteria. Now in this we have two conditions. First condition is mod A beta is equal to 1, and the second condition is A beta is equal to 0 degrees or 360 degrees. Now we'll go for each condition and we'll understand why it has to be only 1, why it has to be only 0 or 360 degrees. Now in order to understand this point, we have to calculate the gain. Now we'll be calculating the gain. So in order to calculate the gain, let us consider the same diagram that we did previously. Right? This is basic amplifier. We are giving input to the basic amplifier. Here we have a feedback network and feedback is connected back. We are connecting, I'm doing some arrow notification so it is easy to understand. Now for a basic amplifier, let us consider the gain of amplifier is A. Let us consider the gain of feedback network is beta. Now what is gain? Gain formula is output divided by input. See, it can be of any parameter. Voltage gain, output voltage by input voltage. It can be of any parameter, voltage, current, power, anything. But here, let us consider general definition. Gain is equal to output divided by input. The basic amplifier gain is A. Feedback amplifier gain is beta. So, let us consider the input signal. The input signal is XS. We can take VS, IS, but I am not specifying which type of amplifier it is. Voltage amplifier, current amplifier, I am not specifying any amplifier. That is why I am considering XS. So, the output, let us consider as X out. Right, the feedback signal that we are getting is XF. Right, the feedback signal that we are getting is XF. The same X out is given as input to the feedback. Now what is gain? From the definition of gain, it should be output divided by input. So the gain for this equation will become, let me call the gain as A. A is equal to X out divided by XS. Right, what is X out? X out is the output signal. What is XS? XS is the input signal. This is X out divided by XS. Now what is XS? We have to understand. What is XS or what is XI? See, in a positive feedback circuit, if you don't consider in or in phase, out of phase, we can define the positive feedback as this. If the input signal and the feedback signal are adding with each other, then it is called positive feedback. If the feedback signal and the input signal are subtracting with each other, then it is called negative feedback. Right? Now let me consider the input to this particular basic amplifier is Xi. Okay. Now what happens is, according to the positive feedback definition, Xi is addition of XS and XF. Right. So for that, if you take Xi is addition of XS plus XF. From this equation, we can write XS. XS is equal to Xi minus XF. Right. Now I am going to substitute this XS in this equation. Now what happens if I substitute this XS in this equation? A is equal to X out divided by XS. So X out divided by Xi minus XF from the previous equation that we got. Okay. Now divide the Xi with both the numerator and the denominator. Now what happens? X out divided by Xi by Xi divided by Xi minus XF divided by Xi, which is equal to X out divided by Xi by 1 minus XF divided by. Okay. Now we'll see what is X out by Xi and what is XF by Xi. See, from this equation, see, for the basic amplifier, what are we calling? We are calling basic amplifier gain as A. Right. Now basic amplifier gain as A. What is the output of the basic amplifier? X out. What is the input of the basic amplifier? Xi. Now what is beta? Beta is the gain of the feedback network. Similarly, so what is the output of the feedback network? Output of the feedback network is XF. Input of the feedback network is X out. So what happens? XF divided by out. Right. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to substitute. From the previous analysis, we have seen that x out divided by xi is nothing but our a. So I'm going to substitute a here by 1 minus. Now what is xf divided by xi? In order to find xf divided by xi, let me take this as like this: xf divided by x out into x out divided by xi. Anyway, this will be the equivalent, right? Now what is xf divided by x out? That is nothing but our beta. What is x out divided by xi? That is nothing but our a. Now substitute both these. So what will happen? It is a. What is the gain of the feedback amplifier? Gain of the feedback amplifier is a by 1 minus a beta. This is the gain of feedback amplifier. That too positive feedback amplifier. If you see the negative feedback amplifier, the gain will be a by 1 plus a beta. Okay. Now this is the gain of the positive feedback. Now how it is related to Barkhausen criteria? The Barkhausen criteria states that mod a beta must be equal to 1. Now what happens if mod a beta is equal to 1? Now if you consider a beta is equal to 1, 1 by 1 minus 1, that is nothing but some value divided by 0. Okay, now what is some value divided by 0? Some value divided by 0 is infinity. That is a gain of feedback amplifier, you are getting infinity. When will you get the gain of feedback amplifier in infinity? That means gain is very high. Gain is very high. What does it mean? Output is very high. What is output very high? Oscillation. Output very high means oscillations. That is how we have to consider mod a beta is equal to 1. Okay. So now we'll go for the next condition, that is angle a beta is equal to 0 or 360 degrees. In order to consider that, we have to be clear with the in phase out phase concepts. Okay. Now what is this amplifier in a feedback network? This is a basic amplifier. This is a feedback network. Now this is xs. Feedback is like this, so we'll get xf, output is x out. Okay, now let's see, we are giving an input to this amplifier with 0 degrees. Okay, generally in any case of basic amplifiers, we'll prefer CE amplifier. Why CE amplifier? Because it is the best amplifier. So CB and CC are generally used where their advantages are more evident, but CE amplifier is used generally. So I'm considering CE amplifier. So what is one basic feature of CE amplifier? The basic feature of CE amplifier is output is out of phase with the input. That means, so you are going to get 180 degrees out of phase here. Right. Now if you get 180 degrees out of phase, that same 180 degrees is going to the feedback network. That same 180 degrees is also coming here. Okay. The same 180 degrees is also coming here. Now what if there is a phase shift? So you are getting output like this. So previously we have seen if two waveforms are should be in phase, then they have to be like this: positive peak, negative peak, negative peak. If the waveforms are out of phase, okay, if the waveforms are out of phase, then they have to be, okay, now it is 180 degrees here, here it is 0 degrees, that means they are out of phase. What is positive feedback amplifier? Positive feedback amplifier is the input signal and the feedback signal has to be in phase and should not be out of phase. Okay, so if you see, if the input is 0 and CE amplifier we are using, we are not getting a positive feedback circuit, we are getting a negative feedback circuit. In order to make this a positive feedback circuit, the loop angle, this is called loop, the loop angle has to be in phase. That is, it has to be either 0 degrees or 360 degrees. But here you got only 180 degrees. What you are going to do? We are going to introduce the another 180 degrees through the feedback network. Now what happens? 180 plus 180, then it will become 360. Right, 180 plus 180, then it will become 360. That is the major reason that we have to make sure that the oscillator or any circuit, if it satisfies these two equations, these two conditions, then it is an oscillator. Okay, now we are going to see small different types of oscillators and application, then we'll wind up. Now, different types of oscillators. We have various categories of oscillators. See, we cannot generally define the types of oscillators. We have various categories in which the types of oscillators are divided. Now, first, based on the shape. Now, based on the shape. See, generally, we know that sinusoidal and non-sinusoidal. It can be square wave, it can be sawtooth wave, it can be triangular wave, like that. So based on shape, we have two types of oscillators. One is sinusoidal oscillator, another one is non-sinusoidal oscillator. Okay, one is sinusoidal oscillator, another one is non-sinusoidal oscillator. Now the next category of oscillators are based on elements. Based on elements, we have three categories under this. First category is RC oscillator, second one is LC oscillator, third one is crystal oscillator. See, this RC, LC or crystal oscillator is generally the feedback network, the reason to generate the oscillations. Okay, this RC, the name itself tells you R and C, that is resistor and capacitor, acts as a feedback network. In LC, inductor and capacitor acts as a feedback network. In the crystal oscillator, the crystal is going to generate the feedback. Now we have various types in this categories also. Now in RC oscillator, we have two types of RC oscillator. One is RC phase shift oscillator and the second one is Wien bridge oscillator. Now in LC also we have two types. One is Hartley oscillator, another one is Colpitts oscillator. Crystal oscillator is a general type of oscillator where we'll use piezoelectric effect to generate the oscillation. See, in LC oscillator we have two types, RC phase shift and Wien bridge. In LC oscillator we have Hartley and Colpitts and crystal oscillator. Now see, how the LC is going to generate, RC is going to generate the waveform is due to the thermal loss, thermal noise, or I square or losses. Then how LC is going to generate the waveform? It is through charging and discharging. Okay, crystal oscillator is going to generate the waveform through piezoelectric effect. Okay, now applications of oscillators. Now we have various types of oscillators. In that various applications of oscillator, the one major application is we are using it in the communication systems. In communication system we have a carrier signal, right? The carrier signal that is taking the information to particular region to transfer information from one point to the another point. So the particular carrier signal is an application, is a very good use of the oscillator. Next we have in digital electronics. In digital electronics we have one great application, that is a clock, right? Without clock there is no sequential circuit, without sequential circuit there is no chip. So it is a great application of an oscillator. These are the major two applications of an oscillator. Let's recap for 1 minute, then we'll wind up. So in this class what we did the definition of oscillator. What is an oscillator? Oscillator is an electronic device that does not take any input signal but will generate a output waveform, and also it is a positive feedback network. Now what is positive feedback and negative feedback? Positive feedback means both the input signal and the feedback signal has to be in phase. Negative feedback signal means both the input signal and the feedback signal should be out of phase. Okay. Now after that we have seen the Barkhausen criteria. In Barkhausen criteria we have two conditions. We calculated gain here and we understood why it should be 0 and 360 degrees. Next we have types of amplifiers. In types of amplifier we have seen first type, that is based on shape, that is sinusoidal and non-sinusoidal oscillator, and the next one is based on elements, RC, LC and crystal oscillator. So we have seen the applications also. That's it. Thank you.